All right, so now we need to talk about the idea of best buys. So the concept of best buy relates to comparing rates to determine the best value for money, the best performance, and so on. It's easy to compare rates that have the same units. So by calculating a common rate, determine the best buy for the following brands of dog food. So you could buy 5 kilos, a 5 kilo bag of King for $35, and obviously King is just a brand of dog food, or you could buy a 12 kilo bag for $60. Now you need to figure out what's better value for money. Now, in order to do this, you have to have them in the same units. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this. We're going to say that for this one right here, this is $35 for 5 kilos. So $35 for 5 kilos. And then over here for this one, we have $60 for 12 kilos. So what's the better value for money here? What we're going to have to do is a bit of simplification here. So I'll divide both of these by 5. And the reason why I'm dividing it by 5 is because I want this to be 1 kilo here, and 5 divided by 5 is 1 kilo. 35 divided by 5 is 7 kilos. Then it would come over here, and I would divide this, and I would divide this. Now I want to divide by 12, divide by 12. So this is going to give me 12 divided by 12 is 1. So this will be 1 kilo. And then 60 divided by 12 is going to be $5. So $5 for 1 kilo. So now you got to ask yourself, what's better value for money? Is it, oh, I should have done that in green, shouldn't I? Let's see if I can change it. Ready? I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. Pen properties, green. That's a bit of a different green. Let's go with that green. Not exactly the same, but good enough. Now you got to ask yourself, what's better value for money? $7 for a kilo or $5 for a kilo? Well, $5 for a kilo is a better value for money, isn't it? So that means the best buy is going to be Thrive. So this is actually important. For questions like this in a test, you actually have to finish with a sentence. Something like best buy is Thrive. If you don't finish with a sentence, you won't get the full marks. So make sure you finish with a sentence there. All right, so having done that, let's now move on to our next one. And our next one is this. You might like to pause the video and see if you can do it yourself. It's a little bit different. Okay, so it says Isaac is at the shops to buy a block of chocolate for a snack. There are two options he is choosing between. Fruit and nut, which is $12 for 200 kilos, or salted caramel, $14 for 250 kilos. Which option is the best buy? Show all calculations. All right, so again, we have this one right here. So this is $12 for 200 kilos. And we also have this one right here, which is $14 for 250 kilos. Now, it wouldn't make much sense to try to get them to one gram each, isn't it? Because they're in grams. Sorry, they're in grams. It wouldn't make much sense to get them to 1 gram, would it? Rather, what would make better sense is to get them both to a kilo, right? So can I make this 1 kilo? Can I make this 1 kilo? And then I can compare how much is 1 kilo and for each of them. So now I'm comparing them for 1 kilo each. So now I've got to figure out, how do I make 200 grams into 1 kilo? Well, I know that there's 1,000 grams in a kilo, so I would have to times it by 5. So I would have to times this side by 5. 12 fives are 60, so this is going to be $60. And then we could come over here, and you're going to have to go 250 times what is a kilo, times it by 4. 250 times 4 is a kilo. And then I'll come over here, times that by 4. And this is going to end up being 14 times 4 is going to be 56. So this will be $56 for 1 kilo. Now, hopefully you can see here that your best buy is therefore going to be this one, 56 for 1 kilo, because that's cheaper than $60 for 1 kilo. So that means salted caramel is better. So we can say option B is the best buy. So best buy is option B. And that's our answer. Again, just so you all aware, if you got stuck on this, 1,000 grams is equal to 1 kilogram. That is important to know to answer that question. All right, we are all done. Hopefully you've found this a helpful lesson, And now you're going to do your exercise.